Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to talk about Brad Marchand's future with the Boston Bruins. Now, as many of you know, his contract is expiring at the end of the season, and there's been speculation about him being traded by the trade deadline. Now, I don't know how much of it's true, if it's going to happen, or if Brad Marchand's going to renew his contract with us and stay another season. We don't know. The only thing we do know is that there are potential positives and negatives to doing this, to trading him at the trade deadline. Now, he's 36, which is, quite old in hockey, and he'll be turning 37 in May. So the question is, do we keep him or do we trade him? Now, his production has been pretty solid. He had 67 points last season. He can still give you 60 points in a season, which I think is pretty good for someone that's turning 37. And you always want production like that. And then in the playoffs, he's even better. He always ups his production in the playoffs. He's been good for us in the playoffs. Maybe he could be good for another team, depending on what happens. Now, why might we trade him? If we cannot agree on a contract, maybe before the end of the season, we could lose him for free in the summer. And you never want to lose a player for free when you could have gotten him for maybe a few picks and a player. And if we were to trade him, I could see us getting a return similar to that of, the Claude Giroux trade from Philly. And in that trade, Philly acquired Owen Tippett, a first-round pick, and a third-round pick, which is pretty solid. We could get something similar, and that would be great for the prospect pool. And it would also be great for the salary cap. We get to free up a lot of space, maybe go after a marquee free agent. I don't know what the free agent list looks like, but there could be a good player out there. Who knows? But with the picks, we get to replenish our prospect pool. And as we know, our prospect pool is pretty bad. It's one of the worst in the league. It could help improve that. And if you don't make the playoffs, that's another lottery pick. And I'll take that any day. Another thing to keep in mind is that we're not the Bruins from 2 seasons ago or whatever. We're no longer clear Stanley Cup contenders. We used to be, but now we're not. Now we're just a team in the playoff hunt, maybe a wild card spot, or we might not make the playoffs at all. So depending on that, do you want to go big and trade Marchand, or do you want to go big and keep him and make a playoff run? I don't know if this team has that ability. Our defense has been piss poor. We lost to the Sabres 7-2, then we lost to the Jets 6-2. So there's obviously problems there. And if we're going to trade Marchand, we might as well trade him for some defensive depth or something like that, because the guys we have right now are not doing it. I get that McAvoy was injured. He just returned, and we won 6-3 against the Rangers thanks to a Pasternak hat trick. Let's go Pasta. And then we also have a Hampus Lindholm missing still. I don't know when he's going to return, but things are looking positive on that end. So maybe when he returns, our defense improves a bit more, and we got our shit together, and we can make a run. And keeping Marchand would allow us to contend for maybe this season, because I don't think we can do that next season. But the other reason why we should keep Marchand is that he's our captain, first of all. And how often do you see teams trading their captain mid-season? Not a lot, right? So trading him would have an impact on the dressing room. And it will most likely be a negative impact, because you're trading your captain, your leader, on and off the ice. And doing that is not in the best interest for this team. Now, the other thing that matters a lot is contract details. For a player like Marchand, who's 37, you don't want to be hopping around from team to team. If he gets traded to a team and then he leaves them in free agency, that's 2 teams in the span of a few months that you're going to be playing for. So for him, term is going to be a big thing. Does he want 2 years? Does he want 3 years? The question is Don Sweeney willing to give him 2 or 3 years? I don't know. Do you want to have a guy on your roster making like 5-6 million at the age of 40? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I think Don Sweeney would be more willing to give him a 1-year contract. And then, if he wants to play another season, another 1-year contract. But that all depends on Marchand and his camp. What do they want? What are they looking for? We don't know the details. If the trade deadline passes, we might start hearing something. Or we won't hear anything and he'll just leave because we couldn't come to an agreement. Now, this is a difficult decision. Do we trade him? Do we trade the rat Brad Marchand, and let him play for another team in a different jersey? Nah, that's not what I want. I don't think a lot of fans want that either. Why trade your captain who's been playing with the same team for so long? Won the cup in 2011. We made a few runs. I wish we won in 2019, but things happen and you don't win. But Marchand's an iconic player, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. He should have his number retired. And yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like. See you guys next time. Peace.